All right, everybody. Welcome to the Hurdy Burke Internet Broadcast Network. We're broadcasting from state-of-the-art studios right here live in Round Rock, Texas. And our sidekick Rusty is driving my guest Jim, the massage guy, absolutely crazy right now. For some reason, he was calm, and now it's all about I want to play or something. But we got our mascot sitting here right between us tonight, and we're getting ready to interview and do a little podcast tonight on YouTube with Jim, the massage guy. And Jim, say hi, prove you're here.
Hello, everybody.
Yahoo! We're going to have fun tonight. We're going to talk about massage. But as you guys know, protocol for the show is I want to thank my exclusive sponsor for this whole year, 2015, CPR Cell Phone Repair over in Round Rock, Texas. And guys, cracked screens, dropped phones, dead batteries, screen won't work, tablet repair, cracked screens, blank screens, can't move the picture on it. Hey, they fix everything. There's not a whole lot they don't fix. So rather than go into the list of things they do fix, there's very few things they don't fix. If you have a broken cell phone repair, a broken cell phone, broken tablet, it doesn't matter what brand it is. They love to work on iPhones, iPads. They work on all the smartphones, and they're really quick. And it usually some of these things are not that major of a problem. They can have them turned around in a couple hours. If it's something major, then they can order the part and take care of you. But they got great Google reviews on their Google My Business page. They've got great Yelp reviews. So go check out CPR Cell Phone in Round Rock. And their website is cellphonerepair.com. Cellphonerepair.com. They're located at La Frontera in Round Rock. And if you know where the Hooters is and the Jimmy John's, you're almost next door to them. Okay, so that's where they're located. All right, guys, thanks for the show. And we want to, as always, thank our sponsors. Yep, give him a big round of applause, right? Woo. And I am sitting here tonight with Jim, the massage guy, and we are going to talk about massage tonight, Jim. But before we do, I always have some ice-breaking questions. And since you haven't listened to one of the previous shows, you get to be surprised by this. So
goody.
The first thing I asked you is, where did you migrate from? Because most people live in Austin. I've found very few people that were raised, born, and been in Austin for a long time. So where is your stomping ground?
I am originally from Buffalo, New York.
Woohoo!
Yeah,
just a little winter there.
It's just a little bit of a climate difference.
Yep. And again, you get to, were you close enough in the Buffalo area where you got piled up with wind, with what we call lake effect snow starting in like July up there? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But it gets cold early.
It does. No, you're not wrong. Is it lake effect snow will hit you as early as December sometimes?
I mean, it gets and it just piles up. I mean, as those northers come down and cross that lake, right? It just piles up right there.
We classrooms in high school. It was about 4 feet off the ground. It said, "School will be closed when the snow is this high in this room." It was on the second floor.
Right. And of course, you come to Texas, and it's like we shut down if there's a cloud in the sky and there's a threat. Right. Everybody stay home. Go to the grocery store. There's a cloud coming.
Yeah. On the other side, though, I end up melting when I get down there anytime.
Now, it was pretty tough getting used to the summers, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you know, you go from nice, pleasant 70s, maybe high 80s days, right?
We'd have maybe a couple of days in the 90s.
Yeah, but I'm saying, and then you come here, and it's like, after June, it's like 90.
Yeah, and
every day,
that's
and then 100, and then it's like, hurry up September, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, man. Well, hey, favorite band?
Oh gosh,
I mean, or what genre I should say first?
Again, I can't really pick. I have too many. I tend to listen to a lot of video game soundtracks, movie soundtracks.
And you play, and that's a hobby of yours, right?
Yes, I'm a video game player.
Favorite video game that you like to play?
My all-time favorite is Phantasy Star 4 for the Sega Genesis. I'm old school. Yeah. I also like the Zelda style games.
Okay, cool. And I'm not a video game player, so how do you Rusty, our dog is wanting to play all of a sudden.
He's fine.
I know. So what? I can't play them because I'm not patient with them. So when you first, I've always wanted to ask somebody this if it was a gamer. When you first start, do you just get your butt kicked over and over and over till you learn how to stroke to do the keys right, or you just get quick enough, or you learn how to spin, you learn how? I mean, how do you get past that and just wanting to slam the computer down.
There is a bit of a learning curve
Right.
for video games. It depends on the game. Some of them are very, very easy. Pick up. You can pretty much get the controls in the first 5 or 6 minutes of the game, and you can go from there. Other ones are very slow to teach you everything, and it really depends on the genre that you play at.
Yeah, so, you know, but anyhow, I don't
there's
play
a bit of
them.
a learning curve.
Right, and I'm not patient enough and don't have the personality to do it, so therefore I don't. But I will tell you, they've gotten so realistic since the days of Pac-Man.
Oh, yeah.
My day.
Yeah.
And the asteroid thing and the rockets, so that's cool. All right.
I prefer the older school games. The newer ones, they're good, but not my thing all the time.
Do you remember your last concert you went to?
Oh, the last concert I went to was with an old girlfriend up in Buffalo. I went to see the Goo Goo Dolls live.
Oh, really?
Live
wow,
at a
I
Six
forgot
Flags.
all about them.
Oh, they're from Buffalo.
I
so it's real cool.
understand. It makes total sense. And you've never done the ACL on anything since you've been in Austin?
Not really my thing.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh, no, sorry, I'm wrong. The last concert I went to was Video Games Live, just before I moved.
Okay. So did you cruise down to South by Southwest for its tech deal?
I tend to avoid South by
You avoid
Southwest.
it? Yes, because of, I used to do work down there for that thing, and I got so tired of it. I did it for like 9 years. All right, so tonight we're talking about massage. Woohoo! Woo! And I want to get back over here to the show for a second and give our guest and we'll give him a drum roll. 'Cause he's not nervous at all, okay? All right, so Jim, everybody I know asks this question, and I bet you get really tired of getting it just as a front question, right?
Yeah.
So, and they still ask it because I guess there's so many kinds. But what is massage?
The dictionary definition of massage is the manual manipulation of the soft tissue of the body to promote relaxation, blood flow, and well-being within the body itself.
Right.
In layman's terms, it means that I rub your muscles and you feel better.
And you get up and walk out all jelly and feel really good.
Yeah,
too.
it's those times where you don't want to get off the table because you're afraid you'll fall right back over.
Right. And so, but the other question we're going to get into, though, is the different kinds, and we'll do that in a little bit. So basically, I guess people should know that when you rub the body out, that blood flow really does, circulation really improves a lot.
Oh, yes. We actually, as massage
blood pressure
therapists,
goes down.
we promote blood flow, so it will. One of the major benefits is lowering blood pressure.
Right. It just makes total sense.
Oh, yes.
And plus, it can put you to sleep.
Yes, it can.
And that's your goal, right?
Sometimes. I like clients that do one of 4 things actually. I like clients that talk.
Okay.
I like clients that laugh.
Uh-huh.
I like clients that moan, and I like clients that snore.
Okay, we'll stay away from number 3. But I like the first one.
I know.
I'm kidding. Bond puts me through some of that stuff, and I love that. All right. So, how long you been doing this?
I graduated massage school. I went to the New York Institute of Massage.
Awesome.
Graduated in 2008.
Awesome.
So I've been doing this for going on 7 years now.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So.
And you've been independent, right?
I've been independent. I've worked for a couple of other places. Worked for a chiropractor, worked for Massage Envy. But on the whole, I've been kind of doing this on my own for many, many years. Yeah.
So you started out finding out working for some of those places it was better to be on your own. Yeah,
worked for got the dog coming in my lap.
I know.
Worked for Massage Envy for about a year. Then I worked for a chiropractor again for about a year as a subcontractor. And I really, really like working for myself.
I'm so sorry that Rusty
that's okay.
Okay, lay down.
Hey.
Thank you. There you go. We got a great doggy here, just loves my guests. Are you okay? Okay, Rusty, get down.
This dog really likes me.
I know, he does. Come here.
Down.
Come here. Over here. We're talking. By the way, we're having a show tonight. It's about Rusty.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Okay.
Rusty is a special guest.
Lay
I'm
down.
just decoration.
Sit down. Okay, buddy. We got a great mascot here. He loves Jim. Sit.
Yeah.
All right, I got it. All right. So you worked for a couple different places, and then you end up going on your own. And was that scary? Because most people, and the reason we do this show is because we talk to a lot of small business, right? Yeah. And we always say, what made you think through the results of saying, you know what, I've been working for these organizations. I think I can make this on my own. So what got you propelled to say, I'm going to do this for myself?
Going into massage, I knew that the goal was to eventually either work for myself or work with a small team independently.
Right.
But after having worked as an employee and subcontractor for someone else, I learned that I like being my own boss because I can talk to myself and understand what I'm saying. And I have
schedule yourself.
Yes, and I have often had big issues with communication with some of the uppers, and when I work for other people.
It makes total sense.
Yeah.
I mean, because that some of them don't understand what the heck you're doing.
Yeah.
And then you're on a schedule, kind of like,
Mhm.
and so here's a chance for you to go out and do this. So you use several methods of gaining clientele, right? You're in one of my network groups. That's how we met. So you do a lot of networking.
I'm going to do a lot of networking. I have my Facebook.
Let's talk about that right now.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to go look at Jim's Facebook page, Jim, give us it's Facebook / and then what is it?
Facebook / Jim the Massage Guy.
And that's on Facebook.
Yes.
And so go check it out, and we'll mention that several times during the show. And for you listeners, once it gets up on YouTube and I give Jim his copy of the show, I'm going to have that link. I'm going to put that in on your social link, okay? So they'll be able to go straight from the player to your Facebook page and like it, okay?
Okay.
All right. So you've been doing this almost 7 years, which is awesome.
Yep.
I guess that goes for, since you've been doing that 7 years, and you said how long you've been doing it now on your own in your own business?
I've been doing it on my own as my own business for going on 5 years, but I've only had my own office for a little under 2.
Now, you actually work out of an office, or
Yes.
do you do mobile? So you have your own office?
I do both, actually.
Okay,
I have
cool.
my own office in Pflugerville, and I do mobile through
That's awesome.
most of the greater
Where are you at in Pflugerville?
I am over at the Pop Center, which is on 685, right near East Pecan.
Okay, cool. All right, so you're close by.
Yeah.
That's why you're in the Round Rock group and everything, too. So
yeah, I'm right near where the Hawaiian Falls is.
Oh, cool. Okay, and so people can book you or you through Facebook. What's another way they can get a hold of you?
Probably the best way to get a hold of me is to call. I have at least 1 day ahead of time to make sure there's not any sort of schedule conflicts.
Right.
The longer, the better. And
what is the protocol if a new client comes in to sit down with you? They have to fill out paperwork. Is there basic for an LMT? Is there basic paperwork you have to go through?
Usually there is. I don't have any of the paperwork right now. I'm working on getting that.
Right.
But I sit down, I meet the person. If it's someone I've never met before, I will introduce myself. I'll get to know them. I'll ask if they've got any medical issues, where their pain is, if they've ever had massage before. If they have not, I'll run through the basics.
Sure.
And usually during the massage, if they've never had it before, I'll run through what I'm doing so they can tell exactly how I'm working on them. So they're not thinking I'm just making up what I'm doing.
Yeah. So you say, look, based on what you told me, this is what we're going to do. This is what you're going to experience. Blah blah blah. So that's good. That's great. And so they can set an appointment with you, and they come to your office, and you can go to them. How far would you travel if you had to go see somebody? What's your boundaries for the area?
The greater Austin area. So we're looking down to maybe Buda and up. Buda,
depending on what time of day.
Exactly.
You better throw that in there.
Buda is kind of the edge. That's a little farther than I'm usually
travel
willing
time's $1 million. A massage is not that much.
Exactly.
It's a pain.
So South Austin, I'm willing to go to, no problem.
Okay,
up into Round Rock and Pflugerville, I'm pretty good with.
Yeah, you're
Some
here.
of Manor, I'm pretty good with.
Okay.
Up towards Georgetown and Hutto, that's where you start calling the line.
Yeah. So they can come see you though.
But I also do events in businesses where I will bring my chair to you and set up for several hours and do 5, 10, 15 minutes.
So you can do those like sit down in a chair, back massages where people can tip you, right, for the business if they need to come in. So
I can set that up in multiple different ways. Those I'm willing to go much farther out for.
So events would be like people that had long day hours, maybe business hours, like car dealerships or something where guests
car dealerships, law firms, advertisement agencies, even tech support places, somewhere where people are sitting for a long time, get a lot of stressed out, they get a lot of tension up in those shoulders.
And don't do their exercises.
Yeah, exactly. Or can't do them.
So you can go there and set up and do those massages throughout the day and work on tips probably, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, usually I charge a flat fee for when I do those.
That's good. Okay.
But depending on where it is, I will just do tips. This week, I am actually working at the Jewish Community Center over in North Austin, and I'm doing that pro bono just for tips.
That's awesome. And, people are usually pretty good about that.
Oh, yeah, they are.
So that's a good thing. All right, so the next tough question is, and this is where we get into these different kinds of massage, right? Is generally what kinds of massage are you capable of doing for somebody?
Far too many to list.
Right.
To name some of them,
which are the ones you like the most?
To name some of the ones that I do know,
Okay.
I know shiatsu, which is acupressure energy work. It's one of the ones I specialize in.
Okay.
Chair massage, another specialty.
Okay.
Trigger point therapy, which is not comfortable but works. Deep
Right.
tissue, sports massage, foot massage, myofascial, which is one of my favorites.
Right.
That simulates deep tissue without actually leaving you bruised. That's a personal favorite of mine.
Yep.
It's specifically for people with hypersensitivity or fibromyalgia, or if you're just really sensitive to pain. That's one of the special ones that I can do for you.
That's good. That's super, and that's a real specialty.
And I just introduced. I have 2 new lotions. One's new. One's I'm just got a new batch of it. I now have Peppermint Pedango, which is a personal favorite for using on feet, hands, and sometimes on the face.
Right.
I have BioFreeze, which is a very cooling gel if you got any inflammation.
Got
and I
right
just got ProSage Heating Lotion. So I can do both heating and cooling now for a good alternate sports injury relief.
That's awesome. Yeah, so we got BioFreeze laying around here. We've got some of those peppermint oils.
And I do not charge extra for it.
That's awesome. So you just go out and buy those expensive items out of your pocket, because people need to know those aren't your cheapest items you buy off the shelf, right?
Those can be a bit pricey.
Right.
Those can be a bit pricey, but I think it's worth it to give the clients the exact massage that they need.
Our mascot's killing me. All right, Rusty, come here. Yeah. All right, so of your ones you just listed, Jim, which ones are your favorite?
Oh, my favorites, I would have to say chair massage, myofascial, and shiatsu.
Okay.
Are probably my favorite.
What is shiatsu? What is that one?
Shiatsu is an Eastern. Okay, it's very international. I learned the American version of a Japanese variation of a Chinese technique.
Right.
So it's fully international on that one. It is a philosophy of energy that runs through the body. It's very similar to acupuncture, except I do not use needles.
Right.
So it runs on energy meridians, which tend to be on the...
know where they're at, the temples, where the heat up, and all
those
that,
various
the pressure points on the head. Okay.
The fun thing that people don't always realize about these meridians and energy work and pressure points is that they run along the exact same lines as nerves. So it's all along the same issue.
It's all connected, too.
It is all connected. So it's not just the mystic, all of that. There's actual science to it.
No, there is. I mean, you know, the pressure points on the head, the way they heat up when you hold them for a while, and stuff like that. So, you know, the body is energy-based.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the universe is energy-based.
Yeah, you generate body, you generate energy.
You are energy. You're a ball of energy, literally, depending, or a tall ball of energy, or
some people need a little more energy in them.
Right, that's true. But then there's and so you can help structure the energy in the right paths through the human body if it's getting displaced, or it's not running correctly, or it's not working through the nerve system, or maybe the muscle system's not as jammed up and needs to be loosened up, right?
Yeah. It can also it has a very big effect on the immune system as well. It can really help that out. It can really bolster it. It works very much like magnets. I use my energy to affect yours, because just by being near somebody, you pick up on that.
Yep.
If you've ever walked into a room and everyone's really happy, you just feel better. It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Good energy breeds good energy, right? Bad energy breeds bad energy.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
So you just help to draw that out and make it flow through.
Well, how long? So generally, when you work with a client, do you have, and I'm kind of ad-libbing some of the questions because we got so much time. So do you generally set up some sort of membership monthly program? Do you do it on a one at a time basis? Do you charge one at a time, or do you have, like, you don't have to mention the package prices, just how you do them?
I do it as a one at a time, but I do accept prepaying because I have gift certificates. And I will allow somebody, I have someone right now that does this, they will prepay for 4 sessions all at once.
Right.
And I will often give a discount depending on how many that you
get at once. Yeah, that makes sense.
Sort of a loyalty.
So it's a loyalty program, and hey, if you do this, I'm going to give you this much off. So it saves them some money.
Exactly.
Instead of doing it once at a time, and it helps your cash flow.
Oh yes, I also give discounts to teachers that are currently in classes, and all first responders. So police, EMTs, doctors,
Oh, that's
or
awesome. Good for you.
firemen, military, I give them all a 10% discount.
That's awesome. So yeah, so there's an automatic discount program for our military
They
police
just have to let me
officers.
know.
Just let you know on the front end. Okay, that's cool.
Yes.
So you have loyalty programs. You can do them one at a time, which means I guess if somebody called you mobile, you could show up and do one time and charge them, and then you could offer them a loyalty package if they wanted to do it again after they checked you out, right?
Exactly. So the one thing I got from working with Massage Envy is I do not want to have a membership program. I don't want someone to feel obligated to come to me.
Right.
I want it to be their choice to come to me to relax.
Right. Yeah, right. Yeah, there are lots of organizations that I suppose do offer a membership and everything else, right? So you just calling it a loyalty program because it helps your cash flow as being an individual business owner, right? You know that you're tapping into a long-term client. I think that's cool. All right. So why, and this could be a long story if you like. So what got you into the massage therapy realm? What drew you to this?
My grandmother was an RN. So growing up, I was always exposed to medicine.
Right.
None of her 4 kids ended up in the medical field, though.
Oh, okay.
Instead, I ended up finding it, and quite randomly, after doing something after high school, I kind of bounced around, and I decided I need to go back to school because I was sick of working those the Regal and Burger King and all of those. I was tired of working those. I needed an actual career.
Right.
And right about the time that I had chosen that, I got an advertisement flyer for the New York Institute of Massage in the mail. And for a long, long time, I've been told I have very good hands, very soft hands.
Right.
And I'm very good with people. I'm very good at talking.
So
I'm
just a
good at
natural
listening.
thing.
So I decided I was going to go ahead and do the tour because it was free.
Right.
And so that was in April of '07. And I fell in love with it before the tour was even done. I'm just
you were already made up your mind.
This is where I got to be. I got to be here.
That's cool.
And so I went into school, 1 year, 4 semesters, 1,400 hours of school later. I graduated along with 31 other people, and I've been doing it ever since on my own. And it has never lost its novelty to me.
And people need to realize that as part of your massage training is that there's ongoing, right? You have to do ongoing.
In fact, I just
have to go your ongoing registration every year and make sure you're up to date and, and check the laws out and the new rules. Right?
I just this month renewed my license for the next 2 years.
That's
so
awesome.
I am current. I keep up with all of that.
That's good.
As legally responsible, and of course I have insurance for all of that as well.
Right. So so do you consider yourself in the helping people business? Because obviously being drawn to this is you're working with people and you're helping them either get over something or just helping them relax, or so you get the best of both worlds, right?
Oh,
you have to have people come up and compliment you and say, man, you really made me feel much better. That's got to be a nice rewarding thing coming at you.
Right? Yes. I work a lot of events. So I have a lot of people that really, really look forward to me being there because they know I can help them. And that is the reason I do my job. It's not the money. It's that reaction I get when people get up and they go, "Oh my gosh, I feel so much better now." That bliss that they have on their face. That is why I do my job.
And it's fun. So
it is.
All right,
it's so much fun.
Catch your breath for a minute. Let's get your Facebook page out there one more time.
Okay. It was Facebook/Jim the Massage Guy.
Yeah, go like his page, and again, we'll have it linked on the custom player. But I'm going to take a 1 minute break here, if you don't mind, Jim, and thank our exclusive sponsor again. CPR Cell Phone Repair is our exclusive sponsor, located here in Round Rock, Texas. They're great, man. If your cell phone's broken, or tablet, or computer, or iPod, or something, cracked screen. If you have water damage, you probably need to take it to them. Let them see it, see if they can actually help you with that. There's certain things you just can't fix, right? But most of the times it's drop phones and it's cracked screens, or the push on button doesn't work, or battery's warped and died and you can't stay charged. So the charge thing you plug in doesn't work. So I'm just saying a lot of the stuff is basic, but it keeps you from using your phone. And so who wants to be frustrated trying to read a cracked screen, right? Or a phone that won't turn off or gets hot and you have to lay it down because the battery's warped. So go check out Cell Phone Repair. That's cellphonerepair.com here in Round Rock, Texas, next to Hooters and Jimmy John's. That's pretty close to where they're at. So go check them out. And we're thankful again that those guys are the sponsor of our show. Thank you, CTR Stuff on Repair. And I'm Mark Tucker. All right, believe it or not, man, that's quick, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, we do kitchen table talk here, so we just try to get information from some of our local Austin businesses. Jim, I told him before the show tonight, he's like guest 120. I've been doing this almost 4 years. It's actually started on a Windows server farm before Hangouts was even around, and I was actually streaming back through a Windows server farm on a WMV player, right, on a Windows player.
Oh,
so the cool thing is there's some advantages to this, and there were some huge advantages to be able to add insert ads into my stream on the other server. But the bottom line is we sit around and talk to small Austin business. We give them their own custom player so that this show can live for them, and they can use it as kind of a little infomercial that you'll get to hear us talking to my dog and jumping and putting him down. But makes it fun is it comes across as fun. And so good information.
Good mascot.
Yeah, good mascot, but good show too. And we're getting a lot of great information out here tonight. So Jim, welcome. Jim's the massage guy. If you just happen to tune in with us tonight.
Hello.
And we are talking about massage. Jim is available right now, right? And this area, if you want to contact him, go to his Facebook page, and that's after you hit the facebook.com/Jim the Massage Guy, right?
Yes.
And just look him up and like his page, and we'll put a link on there. Okay, so you trained in New York.
Yes.
And what school is this? Because a lot of people, that's new to this area.
Yeah.
There's plenty of them down here, but
I trained in Buffalo, New York, not New York City, because a lot of people forget.
Buffalo's in their side state.
Yes, Buffalo is just
the
near Niagara Falls.
area.
Yes,
right.
A lot of people tend to forget that there's a whole state outside of New York City, but that's okay.
And it's on the west side.
Most people in New York City forget there's a whole state outside of New York City.
If you'll be surprised to know, I did live in New York till I was 5 years old. My dad worked for IBM.
Actually,
and so we lived in Endicott.
I actually moved to Buffalo when I was 5.
Vestal, Endicott, Binghamton area.
Oh, okay.
All those Tri-Cities, right?
Yeah, the Tri-City
all together
area.
back then. So I'm from here at the west side of the state, but I was only 5 years old. But,
yeah. Well, I actually moved to Buffalo when I was 5 years old.
But boy, you know what? Speaking of Niagara Falls, if people seen pictures of that, like I would have loved to seen it this winter.
Oh my gosh!
With the way that got frozen up, I would have loved to have seen
the first time in like a century.
Oh, I know, but my point is it's beautiful.
Oh yeah.
If you've never seen it live, you don't even have a beginning of how cool it is till you actually stand on the side of the deal. So yeah. So all right, cool. So anyhow, you trained in Buffalo, and so why did you move to Texas? I didn't ask you that. I asked you where you were from, but I didn't ask you why.
Actually, there's a little bit of a story attached to that one as well.
No, I'm kidding.
Actually, I did move here because of a girl.
Oh, okay, I was right.
So, thing is, it was not. It was a former girlfriend of mine.
Oh, even worse. No, I mean,
no,
even better.
No,
even better.
See,
I'm kidding.
She and I had a breakup of, we were playing a game, we decided we're not really going out anymore, and then we played another round of the game. Right. And then she lived with me for another 2 years.
Right.
And she had a boyfriend who was from Dallas, and she was going to be moving down here, and asked, hey, do you want to move with, I forgot his name, Carl or something like that. Do you want to move with him and I down to Dallas, that's Texas? And my mother and I, and my mother's my bookkeeper.
Right.
She and I looked at each other and we're like, actually, why not? Texas is good because we've been planning to move.
So all originally, of you uprooted and left?
Yeah. Originally, it was going to be Las Vegas, but this is 2008 and the housing market crashed everywhere. And
especially out there.
Vegas was one of the worst that got hit.
You could have bought a house for $1, I think.
Just something like that. So we had, I have an aunt that lived out in Vegas at the time, and she's saying, don't move here. So we needed another alternative.
Right.
And so we thought, hey, Texas is not bad. It's
and
stable.
Straight to Austin? So did you go anywhere else before you came
No, we
here?
moved straight here to Austin. We found an apartment finder. They found us a place right down here in Austin, and we just packed everything up and moved that October.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And we moved October 1st,
Was it a huge change to come from Buffalo and be driving in Texas going, oh my God, what are we doing?
It was a little bit of a culture shock, but
a cool culture shock.
Oh, yeah. I really do like it down here. I really do.
Most people come here, too.
Oh. And there's very little I miss from Buffalo. I miss Tim Hortons because it's my favorite coffee.
Right.
But other than that and one or two friends that I left up there, I don't miss shoveling snow.
For 6 months.
Yeah, you don't have to shovel sunshine.
No, you don't, and you don't have to worry about it keeping you stuck
Yeah, no.
and just
Unless I close the city.
and for those people don't know this, winters up north, if you've never experienced, there's a real true thing you get called cabin fever.
Oh,
You
yes.
absolutely go bananas because it gets so bad and so cold you can't get out, you can't get around, especially
Yeah,
this
yeah.
year.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what
yeah.
I'm saying? It was
So
bad.
bad. This is
You
one of the
just
worst
you
winters.
really do get depressed and get
Yeah.
all this type of cabin fever stuff. So
Oh, yeah.
um, glad you're here. All right, so I love this. You've given me a question where we're actually thinking into results here. We're thinking long term. We're
Yeah.
thinking down the road. You know, some of the most successful people in business, Jim, are those that think into the results and think ahead of their business, right? You
Yeah.
just can't get up today and not be thinking about next,
You got to
right?
think where your big business is going to
So
go.
where do you want to go? What are you
So
thinking?
right now, I am partnered with the Musulwan of Pflugerville. My office is within the school right now, and
Okay.
it is a traditional Korean martial arts.
That's awesome.
And the owner of that, Master Kevin Anderson, he and I have had an idea, and he came to me with the idea, and I fully agree with it, to combine us and the Tai Chi that is also a part of us as sort of an Eastern fitness and wellness center, to try and get all of us attached as one in one location as a business, the one-stop shop, as it were, for an Eastern wellness center to go to.
Right.
For all of us to.
So these would be all the kind of methodology.
Yes.
Methodology.
So we would have massage. We're trying to get an acupuncturist. We've got yoga.
Would you have
maybe 2 or 3
chiropractor in
different.
there
Yes,
too?
chiropractor would work.
Okay.
Maybe 2 or 3 different styles of martial arts. We would have the Tai Chi.
Right.
So we want to eventually get that. That is our plan for the future.
That's awesome.
Oh, yes.
And,
so yeah.
and how and when one dreams about doing all that, what do you physically or mentally do to try to first build the picture and understand how it's going to work? What steps are you taking? Are you already taking steps, or is it more of a thought process right now? Awareness program is what I call it.
It's a little bit of, right now it's just getting out of the awareness program, as you said, where we've come to this is what we want, now we need to get there. So I've started talking around. I've been giving everyone, let us know this is what we're trying to do. We're looking to possibly get a new location at some point. We might be moving to a new location in the next couple of months if things go well.
Also, would this be like one building that y'all decide to be in? Is this going to be something that you create within 4 walls of something that everything's located within it? It's not just outsourcing, it's actually having every modality there that people can go
I
through?
would very much like to have it as one building. Like you go to certain gyms and you have all the various different types of workouts you can do. I would envision that, where maybe it's a 2-floor where you've got one thing on one.
And so the people coming in would rent their space within the walls of it. You know, you build it out where it's kind of eclectic and cool and laid back and have that modality feel. You know,
like you'd be able to do your martial arts maybe on the first floor.
Lots of water fountains. I can already picture a lot of feng shui.
I'm not sure about the water fountains.
A lot of feng shui.
Like a little pricey there. Maybe some aromatherapy though.
Yeah,
get some of the aromatherapy candles.
That's cool.
That'd be good.
Essential oil people, all that kind of stuff, right? Cool. All right, so we're getting to couple of last questions, but the one is that you definitely wanted me, you even reminded me before the show, and that is, what is the weirdest or wildest request that you've been asked in your career as a massage therapist? And I almost want to cover my ears, but I'm going to go ahead and let you go ahead and answer it.
I will keep it as clean as I can. Don't worry, you didn't ask for anything that bad.
I'm not worried about it.
So this was real early on for myself.
Right.
I think this was even before I got my office, or just when I got it. I was doing advertisements on Craigslist, which I learned is a very bad idea. Yes, even though it says professional and all that. Very bad idea.
Very bad idea.
And I had somebody call me, and they woke me up in the morning. It was like 9 or something in the morning, so I'm half awake, and they started asking, is this Jim the massage guy? Oh, yes, this is him. I just want to know if you could maybe come out to where I am. I'm in South Austin. Oh, yeah, you probably could go out there.
Right.
And saying, oh, what kinds of massage do you do? And I let him know, and then he gets, so it would be okay if I got the massage while covered in chocolate pudding.
Oh, God.
I thought I had heard it wrong because I had just woken up. So I'm sorry. Excuse me?
Excuse me?
And he said, is it okay if I get the massage while I'm covered in chocolate pudding? No, that's not okay. No. And then he just goes, oh, okay, I'm sorry, and hangs up. I'm not sure if it was a prank call or not, but I don't think it was, and that's the disturbing part.
Yeah, it probably wasn't.
Yeah, that's the disturbing part.
There's some weird people out there, dude.
Yeah.
You know, I would think that one of the things that people, you know, in your business today's world, you probably need to double check before you start running down the road. Either works off a referral to go see somebody, or they know somebody who knows this person. I mean, I would just be. It would seem like to me you're careful about that.
Oh, you
right?
have to be. Especially one thing that I offer, because I'm a night person, I offer a late night or even midnight massage.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Where you come to my office. I don't do this going to you. This is exclusively you come to my office.
Right.
And I will do this for people that work the late shift or the overnight shift.
Right, they get off and then they need to be
They get off at 10 or 11
right,
in the morning at night.
That's awesome idea.
So I will do that, but that one is something I do need to be especially careful with.
And bring to the office.
Exactly. Right. Because then you get the people, you know, it's late at night.
Yeah,
you get the wrong idea.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone to get the wrong idea from either side.
I get it completely. Okay. Well, that was a weird request, and I'm glad you didn't go any further with the story. I'm glad it ended right there.
As far as it went.
All right. So, what is the difference between a masseuse, massage? You asked that question.
Yes.
Our crack producers, which is you, came up with that marvelous question. So what is the difference?
So I get this a lot. A lot of people will call me a masseuse,
right?
Which is incorrect for two reasons.
All right.
The first reason is a masseuse is female. The correct term for a male is masseur.
There you go.
The second is that I am neither of those because I am a massage therapist.
Right.
A massage therapist is someone who has been through training, has a license, and is legally allowed to charge to do massage.
Right. Your operation hours generally. What do you generally? I know that you're flexible because that's your job.
Yeah.
Right.
Generally, I tend to start around 10 or 11 is a good time to book with me. 11 is the better time because, like I said, I'm a night person. I prefer evenings.
Right.
So later in the evening is always best for me.
All right.
I will work Monday through Sunday, though I have, you have to give me enough notification, at least a day, preferably longer. I do a lot on Fridays and Saturdays.
You've been a great guest tonight. I've had some fun. You have been listening to Jim the Massage Guy on the Hurdy Burke Internet Broadcast Network. You can reach Jim at facebook.com/Jim the Massage Guy. Also, he likes to work by contact only. You can reach him at 512-850-8722.